just about ready to go. Today's starting pitcher, Gene Wilder. What do you look for here?
There's always a bit of a learning.
So 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Jason Gillis. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1.
Got away with that one. Left the curveball up a little bit. He's going to have to finish it if it's going to be an effective pitch.
This looks like extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. And he's got himself a triple.
Everything came together for him. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Bottom of the first. So up now for Chicago, Joe Brandon. The pitch. Now
ball.
one missed.
1 ball, no strike.
And he grounds one to the right side. On to first.
Out.
1 up, 1 down.
Batting second.
Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandon. That one
Ball
drifts
1.
inside. There's a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Next offering upstairs. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2.
Good fastball in on the hands, makes the swing a little defensive. Jammed him up right there.
2 outs, base is empty. Joe Brandon, the next Cub to hit. That is upstairs for ball 1.
1-0.
Just missed. 2 outs, base is empty.
No strike. Hook.
That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
And the 0-1. In the air, right field, Random. He's got it, and the inning is over. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now the Cubs catcher, Joe Brandon. And the first offering is not close. Random hitting 5th in today's lineup. Usually a first baseman, today starting behind the plate. There's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Boog, and I think that's a tougher transition to make, going from first base to putting on the catcher's gear, being behind the dish. A lot of times you see guys go from playing catcher to being a DH or a first baseman.
High. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And it remains 2-2. Here comes a pitch. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
That's shortstop.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Joe Brandon. Swings through that one. 0-1. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
1-1.
Not even close there. And it's 1-1. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can got him looking. And he strikes out the side here in the second. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Joe Random.
Wilder back to work. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. And we're back. And now Joe Brandon. In the air, left field, down the line. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double. Joe Brandon, the next Cub to hit.
None. The right fielder, Joe Random.
Trying to move him over here. Tosses to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Now batting, the second baseman, Joe Random.
So the lineup flips over. Joe Brandon, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 1 so far. And there's a ball.
That's a ball.
Man at second. And that's in for a strike. And the count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a ball evens the count. Left field, way back there. This one could be trouble. And the Cubs score first. It's 1-0.
A costly mistake in the outfield thanks to the bad read and terrible timing for that to happen. That's a play you just want to forget about.
One out. Runner at second. Random the next to hit. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time.
That's
Swing
strike.
and a miss. 0-1.
No balls. 1 strike.
That's hard hit on the line. Random hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Joe Random.
And next is the designated hitter, Joe Random. Walked his first time. And that drops in for a strike.
Man,
0-1.
I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
That one a little bit high. And the count 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That's a ball.
And that's downstairs and outside. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the third. Popped up. Random. As this one sized up. And the inning is over. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 3 innings complete. And welcome back to the ballpark. So digging in now for San Diego, Jason Gillis. Pitch
No.
misses. Ball 1.
1 ball. No strike.
The other way. That's a base hit. And the Padres have a man aboard with 1 out. Joe Random now at the plate. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Puts a bunt down. Steps on first for the out.
Oh, this is a good job. He puts the sac bunt down to the right side. Good execution, and he moves that runner up to second.
Here at Wrigley Field, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Joe Random. In there at the knees, 0-1.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Line drive and a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And now Joe Random. And now Joe Random. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Sack bunt towards third. Whips it across. The runners move up on the sacrifice.
Now batting.
And next for the Cubs,
Joe
Joe Random.
Random.
Golden opportunity right here. Fastball for a strike at 95. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Joe Random preparing to come on if needed. Random, a left-hander, also throwing. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Diving, it gets down. Could be extra bases. One run is in. Another comes in to score, and they lead by 3. He's safe at third. It's a 2-run triple.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
So up next, Joe Random doubled his first time up. That finds the mark on the inside corner. Fastball is outside. Fly ball center field. Random moving under this one and makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly, and they lead by 4. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Random. And that one in the air center field. On his way over. Nabs it, and that'll do it. Back here at Wrigley Field, here's the second baseman, Joe Random. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball is outside.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the only Wrigley Field in MLB history. You know, when the league expanded and added the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in L.A. called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he went around. Rule to swing. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against.
Now,
so they turn things over to the righty, Joe Random.
Ball 4.
One down. Jason Gillis, the next up for the Padres. First pitch just misses.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Swing and a foul out of play. And that one gets past the catcher. And now a man into scoring position. 1 out and a runner at second. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Man at second. That's
Ball.
down and in. A slider missed.
Full
Definitely
count.
a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swing and a ball drilled center field. Random pulls that one down. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone.
You're out. 3. Ball 4. Take your base. You're out. 3. Out. 3. You're out. Ball 4. Take your base. 3.
It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played,
1-0.
how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable.
No.
That's how valuable that it was, because I was the barber. Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
And I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games. Well, that's great execution of the pitch right there, and the battery working together.
6-0 is how So just about set now. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Billy Bromberg.
It's a tough veteran lineup on the other side, but I'm excited to see what this rookie can do in this one.
And to the plate for Kansas City, Joe Brandom. And that one popped in the air, left field. 1 away. So up now for Kansas City, Joe Brandom. That catches the top part of the zone. Strike 1. The shortstop takes the ball. 1 out, base is empty. That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Breaking ball, and that got him. He had 2 strikes on him, And he hit him. Joe Random steps in for the Royals. And a sac bunt here. And he handles it himself for the out.
Really nice technique right there to get that sac bunt down. Advances that runner up another base. That was his job. He got it done.
And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Royals. Joe Random. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Waste no time there. As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
Joe Random in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
Right back to him on the mound. Fires over to first. They limit the damage here. KC gets one on the double. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and starting in this one, Clarence Daly.
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Now the number 2 hitter, Joe Random. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1.
1 strike.
And a breaking ball misses outside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And a swing and a miss.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Got him swinging. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
Hit on the ground to short. Random. Gets it to first. Out. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. And 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. Back here in Pittsburgh, 2nd inning set to go. Now the 3rd baseman, Joe Random. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 1. Bromberg in his rookie season, just 19 years old. And he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2025. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses there, and that is ball 1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Fights that one away, still 1 and 2.
Great swing and solid contact, just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
That one hit to right. Hauls it in for the out. And now the center fielder, Joe Random.
Center fielder, number 22.
And first offering is fouled off. Fought off foul. Next pitch is outside.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Swings through it for the K. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Two out, space is empty. Almost got him.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Draws the walk there.
Ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Two outs, runner at first. Here's the rookie right fielder, Joe Brandom.
Ball 1.
In the dirt. That one close, ruled a ball. And the count now 2-0.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Two outs. And ball 4 to a board.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
So the batting order turns over, and now the first baseman, Joe Brandom. That one almost got him.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Brandom over at second. Brandom on at first with two down. And he hits a ground ball right side. The flip to the pitcher covering. Third out. Bottom of the second. And here's the first baseman, Joe Brandom.
First baseman, number 34.
Daly back to work. Missing inside, 1-0. On the ground. Brandom. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single.
You see, Boog, that right there, that's a perfect example of why he shouldn't be out there in that position. He clearly isn't comfortable. He doesn't look fluid. His footwork's all over the place, and just can't make that throw to beat the runner.
There's one, and that's all they'll get. Joe Brandom, the next Pirate to hit. Trying to move him over here. Brandom out on the sac bunt. Joe Brandom, the next Pirate to hit. On the ground to third. Fires across the diamond, and that is the inning. So one left for Pittsburgh. New inning getting started. Now it's going to be Joe Brandom.
Number 7.
Right through there for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Backdoored him with the breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Pretty much textbook pitching for the 3-pitch K right there. Jumped ahead 0-2 on 2 pitches he didn't want to go after at the plate. Then, knowing he's going to be a little more aggressive trying to protect, he expands just out of the zone where he couldn't do anything with it. He gets the strikeout and keeps the pitches thrown to a minimum. Very nice.
Random in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Lifted in the air down the left side, and that's a fair ball. One gone, runner at first. Now it's the DH, Joe Random. He doubled home a run in his first AB. Shortened the bunt and missed it, 0-1.
Just couldn't get that one down, and it's really just about catching the ball with the bat.
Gets the bunt down the right side. Random. There's one. And that's all they'll get. Joe Random steps in for the Royals.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
That's a strike, and it's 0-1. Random off of first with 2 away. That's a hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Joe Random with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Two on, 2 outs. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that's got extra bases written all over it. 1 run across, coming home. The throw is wild, and it gets away. He'll make it up to third, and I'm sure that'll be an error of the outfielder.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Next to hit, Joe Random.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Foul ball there. 2 outs and a runner at third. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. But they pick up a pair here, both coming on this 2-run trip. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Left fielder, number 17.
Pitch misses there, and it's 1-0.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope.
1-1.
You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Gets the slider in there for a strike. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more. His timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Joe Random stands in now and watches strike 1.
1 strike.
And a slider in there for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. 1 down, base is empty. to the right side. Handles, throws to first. 2 up, 2 down. So the Pirates batting order turns over. Joe
29.
Random will hit next. He was late there. Strike 1.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting because of tendencies a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
Next offering in the dirt, and that's ball 1.
This hitter's been seeing good velocity in the at-bat. It's kind of set up for that changeup. He hasn't seen it yet. Looks just like a fastball out of the hand.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. They trail it here 3-0. Out of the 4th. Now the left fielder, Joe Random, looking for his first big league hit right here. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Boog, one really cool moment I remember at PNC Park is the 2006 Home Run Derby during All-Star Weekend. David Ortiz and Ryan Howard each hit homers into the Allegheny River on the fly. Really awesome to watch.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. And next up for the Royals, Joe Random worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Squares, pushes at it, misses it. It's a strike. It's 0-1. Drops a bunt down the first base side. Random. There's one.
Got it.
And that's all they'll get. So the Royals batting order turns over. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the Royals, Joe Random. 0 for 2 in this one. Puts a bunt down. Random to second. And they'll just get the 1. And to the plate for Kansas City, Joe Random. He's 0 for 1. First pitch misses. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That one missed.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
In the air out to center. And it falls. And now 2 aboard. Joe Random steps in for the Royals. And base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up.
Now pitching
Joe
for the
Random
Pirates.
taking over on the mound.
Ball 4, take your base. 3.
Joe Random getting ready to hit. His first at bat was a strikeout. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting, number 30.
Now the catcher up to hit. Kevin Parra grounded out his first time. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That's in there.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Number 34.
Joe Random, the next Pirate to hit. There's a strike at the knees.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Down in order go the Pirates.
Three. You're out.
Daly back to work. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Pirates just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
That's down and in. And misses inside.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
And strike 2.
Well, they just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a ball popped in the air, and that drops foul.
You can see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
And down on strikes he goes, and that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Random in the box now. No balls and a strike. That's inside. The 1-1 is fouled off. Gets a piece and stays alive. That one the other way. Random. Home after the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. 2 down, base is empty. Stepping in, Joe Random.
18.
That's off the mark, and that's ball 1. Random, in his 2nd season, just 19 years old. And he's usually a first baseman, but today he starts in the outfield. A little out front there as he swings through it.
And that really speaks to his athletic ability, being able to move from an infield position to go out into the outfield, and it would suggest he's got a pretty good arm as well.
Random makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Top of the 6th inning.
Three.
Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
No balls. 1 strike.
And that one clips the corner.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
1-2 now. Swung on, popped up left side. Random makes the grab, 1 down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Random stands in now, looks at that one inside. And there's a strike.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Fastball is outside. The Pirates down by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. And that drops in for a strike. and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, he's showing some pretty dominating stuff out there in this one, not just in terms of swing and miss, but also in terms of command. You know, all of the strikeouts, they kind of speak for themselves, but when you don't walk anyone, you're demonstrating that you have the confidence in your abilities to truly go right after opposing batters.
The wind and the pitch. Outside. Ball. And it's a ball and a strike.
1-1.
That clips the corner.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus. But
and he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Bucks go down quietly. They're down 4-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We
Ball 4. Take your base. 3.
at the plate for Pittsburgh, Joe Random. Right through there for a strike.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off. This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
The 0-2. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from the same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Parra up for the third time here. Watches that one miss.
1 ball, no strikes.
That breaking ball drops in for a strike. Swings through that one for strike 2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. Gets to it onto first. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Now
next, it's the Pirates cleanup hitter, Joe Random. 1 for 2. Foul ball. Line drive, and that's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the 2nd inning.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
And now it's going to be Joe Random. And that is out of play. Two outs. This one smoked. Could be trouble. Coming home. The relay to the plate. He will score. It's 4-1.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Now here is Joe Random. Man on second, 2 down. Squirts away a little bit. Action in the pen down there. Randall Kincaid, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Random getting loose as well. And that drops in for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Here the bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball, and it kicks away off his mitt. Probably ruled a pass ball as the runner moves up to third.
Well, you really can't blame him too much back there. I mean, you're asking him an awful lot to play what is easily the toughest defensive position on the field when that's not something he ever does. This is pretty much what you're going to get.
Full count.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Ground ball left side. And foul ball. Ground ball right side. And that one handled. Over to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. They get a run on. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound.
You're out. 3.
Here's the center fielder, Joe Random. Daly back to work. There's the strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Puts it away for the out. And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Clarence Daly won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Pitching for
New
Kansas
pitcher in the
City.
game for the Royals,
Number
Fernando
29.
Guzman. So digging in, Joe Random.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
That one fouled off. The Pirates trailing by 3 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
And there's a ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 2. 2 outs. Base is empty. And now the right fielder, Joe Random. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Ball outside.
And there's a foul ball.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
And a swing and a miss. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh, and they trail it 4-1. Back.
That's ball 4.
So the bottom of the 9th. To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH, Joe Random. And that is in for a strike. 0-1.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1-2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out.
Ball
He's
2.
really late right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That to right. And that is a foul ball. Off the plate and inside. 3-2 now.
Full count.
On the ground to the left. Fair ball. Singy, that's a start.
Yeah, as soon as that ball got through, I could see.
Now pitching
Randall
for Kansas City.
Kincaid comes on trying to close it
Number
out.
27.
A chance at his first save of the year. Two outs, nobody on. Here's the catcher, Kevin Parra.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
The Pirates down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game. Daly with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi. Just about set to go now. And on the hill, Craig Hargrove. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, they're going with the opener. In this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1-1.
That one missing inside. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and they don't get an out on the play. Now the number 2 hitter, Joe Random. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. Trying to move him over here. Quickly to second for one. And that's all they'll get.
Batting third, shortstop, number 51.
And now the shortstop, Ronald Rodriguez. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you get a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
0-2.
Random at first, 1 gone. On the outside corner, got him looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
0-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that will end the inning. Guardians lead 1. And now the Rockies. Back here at Coors Field. Our starter in this one, Luis Rodriguez.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And that's in the dirt.
No, that's down. Ball.
And there's the strike. Hit on the ground to short. Rodriguez zips it across. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. And now here is Joe Random. 2 for 8 in the series so far. Right through there for a strike. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The wind to kick the pitch. Upstairs.
Ball, that's high.
Now 1-2.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
He takes it on his own. And here this afternoon, 2 quickly away in the bottom of the first. So 2 down now. And here is Brett MacArthur. 4 for 8 in the series so far. That's through there for a strike.
Throughout history, the fastball down has been the most successful pitch. Guys can handle a little bit better these days, but they, of course, still prefer something belt high.
Base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Joe Random digging in for the Rockies. Swing and a ground ball. That's the inning. So 1 left. Back here in Denver, top of the second. And now the catcher comes up to him. Joe Random. Hargrove back to work. Close, but called the ball. Ball 1. Random will handle the catching duties in this one, hitting 5th in today's lineup. He joined the team as a free agent.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Into center. Random coming on. He's got it. And there's 1 down.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
Swing and a foul out of play. And that's in for a strike. And takes low for ball 1. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1 out, bases empty. That was the sweeper,
That's
but
the
it
ball.
missed. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you
That
can't
is
really do
seven,
much
third
damage, but
baseman,
it's close
number
enough to where
23.
you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
And now
That's the ball.
Joe Random. Not close with
2-0.
that one. Now 2-0. That one drifts
Go, ball.
inside.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Look pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one's carrying. And it hits the fence. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Ball one there.
That's in.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
That one out to right. Random puts it away, and that is that. So one hit. And welcome back to the
Leading
ballpark.
off for the
Ready to go
Rockies.
for the last half of the
First
inning.
baseman,
Now it's the rookie
number
first baseman,
28.
Joe Random. Just
That missed. That's the
missed.
ball.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-1 is fouled off. Lifted in the air, right center field. And it drops in, but a good job to keep it in front.
No, they didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. Flared it out there and got it to drop for the base hit. I think he got it off the handle just a little bit, but the bat held up for him enough to get something behind that swing.
Lays down a bunt to the right side,
That's a
and a foul
foul
ball. Shortened the bunt and missed it, and the count is 0-2.
Take 3.
In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
Bunted back towards the mound. In plenty of time to first, and that's an out on the sacrifice.
There was a time where that sac bunt was just ho-hum, very basic, but is increasingly difficult as it's become to get bunts down in the big leagues. Nice job right there.
Joe Random stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Random stands at second with 2 gone. And another ball. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Fouled off down the right side. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Man at second. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Random in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
So now 2 on and 2 outs. First and second, 2 outs. Random digs in now. 2 for 7 in the series so far. Strike 1. Fouled off. He was late.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
And we're back on to the 3rd inning. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Random, as he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. That misses the zone. Ball 1. And delivers outside. Fastball is outside. That's in for a strike at 95, and it's 3-1. Right through there for a strike.
3-1 count. Saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get me over breaking ball to bring the count full.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So the Guardians lineup turns over. Next is the designated hitter, Joe Random.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Top of the 3rd, no score. Way out front for strike 2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter's going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Digging in, Joe Random. Swinging a foul straight back. Liner, and this could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Fastball off the plate a little bit, but a really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock.
Now, Ronald Rodriguez. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Random at second with 2 down. To third, and that chance handled, and he can't come up with it. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Now that
So
number
2
one.
outs with runners on the corners. Random now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. That's in there. It's 0-1.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Just
Ball, that's
misses.
outside.
It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Guardians strand a couple, and we're still knotted at 0. As we go
Leading off
to the
for the
last of the
Rockies,
third.
the
Now here is
shortstop,
Joe
number
Random.
12.
And a foul ball.
One ball, 1
Outside.
strike.
And that one is lifted in the air. Random settles under this one. And there's one away. Joe Random, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1. And that
Nope,
misses.
ball.
And that is ball 1. This to center field. That gets down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. He
Number
clearly didn't catch
25.
that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating.
Runner on the go. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with 1 down.
Now batting, number 27.
Next to hit, Joe Random. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Trying to move the runners over. Tosses across to first. The runners move up on the sacrifice. So up next,
Now
Joe
batting,
Random.
number 28.
Fastball for a strike.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Now it bounces away. Can't squeeze it. But no advance from the runners. Random at third. MacArthur at second with 2 gone. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Base hit. 1 run is in. The second run scores. And they take a 2-run lead.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Good job getting the foot down so he could catch it out front and pull it. Turned on it nicely for the knock.
Next for Colorado, Joe Random. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Out there to center. And it falls. And now first and second with 2 outs. And now the center fielder, Joe Random.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Tap foul at the plate. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in the third and final game of the series. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. But 2 runs. as we go to the top of the fourth. And here's the catcher, Joe Random. Hit in the air, right field. Random gets under it, makes the grab, one down. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Random. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. The Rockies leading by 2, top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Good job to fight that one off.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
Now this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
Random batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. In the air, center field. Random under it, and makes the play, and that's out number 3. Back here at Coors Field, and now the right fielder, Joe Random. This one popped up, foul ground, first base side. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it.
Now batting, number 18.
So in now for Colorado, Joe Random. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Random in position, makes the catch. That's out number 2.
Now batting, number 12.
Now at the plate, Joe Random. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
0-1.
The shortstop takes the ball. Two down, nobody on. Just misses with that one. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. Rockies are down quietly, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Hargrove back to work. That one fouled off.
You know, these Guardians, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
And that one upstairs.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Late on that fastball. And it chases that one. Strikeout number 8.
Well, he's on a great run of strikeouts and showing excellent control and command, not walking opposing batters. You know, this offense, they've got to find a way to break his rhythm, put the bat on the ball, maybe try to bunt for a base hit, get him off the mound, moving around, step out, something to interrupt his timing because he's coming right after these guys.
Random in the box now as he leaves that one up high. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Swings and misses. And it's 2-1.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
And it's filled up.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The Guardians down by a pair, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Random squeezes it. 2 away now.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Random stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Out to center, drifts towards it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Back here in Denver, we head to the bottom of the fifth. And now the DH, Joe Random. Lifted in the air, right field. Random brings it in. And a quick out, number 1. Here's the second baseman, Brett MacArthur. He's 2 for 2. MacArthur goes 6 feet 3 inches, 195 pounds, and he was born in Canada. Soft contact in the air. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, number
And next will be the
27.
cleanup hitter, Joe Random. 0 for 2 in this one. High fly ball, shallow right field. Random makes the play, and it's out, number 3.
Now
New pitcher in the
pitching
game for the Rockies, Joe Random.
And this is
8.
an important
Ronald Rodriguez digs in for the Guardians. Just missed. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And that one fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. 1 down, base is empty. And that's in the dirt.
Ball.
And it's 2-2.
2-2.
Got him swinging.
You know, varying speeds.
Well, we go bottom 6, and here is Joe Random. That clips the corner. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
0-2.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Random, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. Activity in the Guardians bullpen. Mark Sanchez up and throwing. Random getting cranked up as well. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Next offering misses, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Now
so digging in, Joe
number
Random.
10.
And that one off the outside edge.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
2 outs, base is empty. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 2-1 now. Next offering is fouled back. Two outs. And it remains 2-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. They're up 2-0. They bring a young arm out of the bullpen in this spot. Joe. 3. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And that's through there for a strike.
0-1.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Random hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. There comes a skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Luis Rodriguez done for the day. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Mark Sanchez takes over on the mound. On for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium, but the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw, and just let him lead you in this one.
Pulls that one foul. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1. Fought off foul. Down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. Hit in the air, center field. Makes the grab for the second out. 2 down, bases empty. Now it's the shortstop, Joe Brandom. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And that's in for a strike. That one down the line, and that's just foul.
Ball.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. Nothing doing. Welcome
Now
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th.
3.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Ronald Rodriguez.
0 for 3 in this one.
To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. The runs. Here's Colorado's DH, Joe Brandom. 1 for 3.
Number 29.
Sanchez back to work. And that misses.
That's a ball.
1-0. Sanchez goes 5 feet 11 inches, 195 pounds, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2025. Ground ball right side. Random tosses to the pitcher covering the bag, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
25.
Now it's the second baseman, Brett MacArthur. That one misses, and it's 1-0.
1-0.
Up the middle, dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and they can't get the out.
Now
Joe
batting.
Random digging
Number
in for the
27.
Rockies. Gets the bunt down the right side. Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2. Next to hit for the Rockies, Joe Random. Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. That one carrying, and it's into the bleachers, out of here. His first homer in the majors, and they're going to have to send somebody to get that ball for him.
Always such a special moment. You know this is one of the biggest thrills of his life. He's got to be floating around the bases right now.
Yeah, he'll remember every detail of that at bat for years, as he should. It's a true once-in-a-lifetime event.
Now, Boog, there's so many times when a young player might wonder if he's ever even going to get to the big leagues and do something like this. Well, he doesn't have to wonder anymore.
Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning going. And the batter now, Joe Random. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Coming home. The relay. He's safe as he gets his hand in. And the lead is up to 5.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Turn on that inside.
Pitching for
So Cleveland brings on a new reliever,
Number
Joe.
6.
First and second, 2 down. Next for Colorado, Brett MacArthur. And it's fouled away. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
On a line, base hit. Coming home. Throw is high and over his head. And they won't get him, and he goes first to third on the error.
Well, you're already down in the game, and not just by a couple, and then that error allows a run to score, and this is where things can really start to fall apart as a team.
Pitching for
The
Cleveland.
Guardians going with a new pitcher,
Number
Henry
89.
Tucker.
First base. Ball 4, take your base. 3.
Yeah, pretty tight ball game up until the 8th inning, and that's really the time where you expect things to lock down. But the offense broke out, incredible outburst, and just put this game out.
Up now for Washington.
Off
Joe
for the
Random.
Nationals, second baseman, number 25.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. One up, one down. And next is the designated hitter, Joe Random.
Batting
One run
second,
batted
the
in
designated
yesterday.
hitter,
Their
number
only run of the
26.
game. Swings through that one for strike one.
0-1.
Foul ball. One out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And 2 away now. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for Washington. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And today on the hill, Bertram Michaels. What do you have on him?
Leading off.
There's always
for
a
the
bit of a
Dodgers,
learning curve for rookie
shortstop,
pitchers. You've got to get
number
familiar
5.
with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match. But I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
Warren Joyce, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Foul ball there. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Breaks his bat and pops it up. Random. He puts it in his pocket, safe at first without a play.
Well, those kind of lucky soft hits will always make you smile. Tied him up really well with that pitch inside. Couldn't get it out of the infield, but somehow turns it into a nog. That's a thing of beauty, and some hits just don't make sense. And now let's see if they force some action.
Off balance feed, there's one, but no throw to first as he'll hold on to it.
Well, when you've got a guy playing out of position, you'll see plays like this. That should have been a double play, but the feed to second took way too long. It's hard to blame the guy since he didn't ask to be penciled in at that spot.
Here's Joey Wendell. And that one pulled foul. That one way inside. On the ground, right side. Random. Got him on the off-balance throw. 2 away.
Batting fourth, first baseman, number 47.
Here's the Dodgers lineup now. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Eric Fraser in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Man on second, 2 down. In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring.
Lifted in the air down the left side. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Runner at first with 2 away. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Willie Talley. That catches the outside corner. Strike 1. Fraser leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one clips the outside corner. 0-2 now.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
Got him looking for the K. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Second inning set to go.
Washington.
Here's the catcher, Joe Random. Saito back to work. Saito, just 19 years old, and he was born in Japan. Strike on the inside corner. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make players earn it.
This one in the air right field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Around first, heading for 2. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Batting 5th, first baseman, number 27.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Random will hit next. Hitless yesterday as they only pushed across 1 run. And a sac bunt here. Throws to first in time. 1 out in the second.
Playing a little small ball right there. Now they've got a runner on third with less than 2 outs. A lot of different ways to get him home. Nicely done right there.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Joe Random. 0 for 6 in the series so far. Swing and a foul out of play. 1 away with a runner at third here in game 3 of this 4-game series. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up. And that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. And that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Joe Random stands in now and watches strike one. Got the bat going too soon, and strike two.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, no swing. Two outs. And now 2-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Random in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Headed towards the corner. Lays out for it, but it's a foul ball. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Random digs in now. Cut on and lifted in the air. And it stays fair. 1 runs in. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He will score and they take the lead.
Batting ninth, right fielder, number 18.
So runner at second, 2 down. Random getting ready to hit. In the air, right side, and it stays fair. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Now batting, number 25.
So the Nats lineup turns over. Here's the second baseman, Joe Random. And a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1.
Nope, outside.
Random on at second with 2 down.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. And that's a foul ball. Man at second. Inside. And it's a full count. Random up next for Washington. In the air, right field. Now a long throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
Bottom of the inning, and now here's the Dodgers designated hitter, Martin Delgado. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Next offering is in for a strike.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
That one's upstairs, ball one. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And now the rookie second baseman, Reggie Tomlinson. First offering, and it just misses. Next offering is fouled back. Nobody out, runner at first.
Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Out in front and foul to the left side. Two now. Set down on strikes. Fastball at the letters froze him for strike 3.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Julio Pena, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Throw to first, and he's back safely.
Safe.
And a pitch. Fastball is outside. Man at first, 1 away. Outside low, 2-1. Smoked into left, base hit. Throw into third, and he boots it.
He was all over that one. Good pitch, hard and inside, but he showed off some quick hands, got the barrel to it, and was able to yank it into the outfield.
2 on, 1 out. Almonte now at the plate with 3 hits and 4 runs batted in the series. And that one fouled off.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Next offering upstairs.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
And it is 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Runners at the corners, 1 away. Bottom half of inning number 2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just
Now
bunched him up
batting,
on the
35.
inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Warren Joyce steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one not close. And that's ball one. And another ball. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Two on, 2 outs. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. And now it's filled up.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Santos in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here at Dodger
Leading off
Stadium,
for the
and now
Nationals, the
Joe
designated
Random.
hitter, number 26.
In the air, right field, and it's foul. Slides, but it gets by him. Man at first. Next to hit for the Nats, Joe Random. And he pops up the bunt. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Now batting, number 29.
And here's the catcher, Joe Random. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Drops a bunt down the first base side. 1 at second. Back to the pitcher covering. It's a double play. Nicely done, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Nationals 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back here at the ballpark,
Leading
let's check
off
out the
for
latest
the
news from
Dodgers,
around the league.
Center fielder, number 29.
There's a strike. Fastball right back to the mound. Throws to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
Now batting, third baseman,
Joey Wendell steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 1. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. He flexes his power with that swing. His first homer of the year. It's 3-2.
Sitting first pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy.
Frazier batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. Next
One ball,
offering
one
way
strike.
off the plate. Swing and a fly ball well struck left field. Random pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down.
Now batting, number 15.
Willie Talley steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Caught looking his first time up. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. 2 outs, base is empty. And that is out of play. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Swing and a miss, struck him out. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now a 3-2 ball game. It's Major League. All set for the
Leading
start of
off
the
for
inning.
the
And now up for
Nationals, first
Washington,
baseman,
Joe
number 27.
Random. The other way, fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. The relay throw, and he's got a leadoff double in the 4th.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Random, the next to hit, struck out swinging his first time. This one popped up. Talley makes the grab, 1 away. Joe Random digging in for the Nationals, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. That's too low. Ball 1. 1 out and a runner at second, top half of inning number 4. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Almonte sizes this one up, brings it in, 2 away. Now a relay to second.
Now batting, number 16.
Up now for Washington, Joe Random. He drove in 2 with a double his first time up. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
0-1.
Random at second with 2 down. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2 with the count.
Man on second, 2 down. That's a laser base hit. Headed for the plate. The throw in. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Now it's the right fielder, Joe Random. Doubled his first time. Ball
That's a
1
ball.
low.
Counts 1-0.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
1-1.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looked like it was a little bit up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Softly hit to third. Wendell. The throw to first. And that is that. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-2. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Bottom four, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Martin Delgado.
Designated hitter, number 11.
And that one clips the corner.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Line to left. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So up next, Reggie Tomlinson. Struck out looking his first time. That one in there across the letters.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set him up to do more damage later in this game.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
0-2. That's a ball.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Probably ruled a pass ball as the runner moves up to third. And that's a strikeout looking. On to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout. Now it's going to be Julio Pena. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly. Soft ground ball to the right side. Find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out. In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Yeah, that's fouled off. So a runner in scoring position, and now the tying run comes to the plate. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Up and in, and a count 2-1.
Ball that now.
Almonte in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And fouled off. Runner on at third, one gone. Out to short. Dives, but it's off his glove. Runner from third into score. And it's an RBI single. It's 4-3.
Big time at bat right there. Comes through, and they're back within a run. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Brian Almonte steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Our players are going to be running all game.
Man at second. That one lifted to left. Random on the move. He's got it, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, number 35.
And stepping in is the speedy Warren Joyce. 1 for 2. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Drops into the glove, and that ends the inning. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. We're headed to the 5th. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Saito back to work. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Struck him out looking. Joe Random digs in now. Random measures 6 feet 2 inches.
0-1.
Just 19 years old. And he's a former All-Star Game MVP. That one ripped right center field. And that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Next to hit for the Nats, Joe Random. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
A little out front there as he swings through it. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Diego Segura getting loose out there. Nieto also throwing. Random leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. And now 1 and 2. Man at second. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Joe Random. That one ripped. And that should be extra bases. The run comes in from second. It's 5-3. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
And now up for Washington, Joe Random. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
0-1.
That catches the corner.
Well, you can't expect to get a great pitch to hit with an open base and a runner on second. He's going to have to really tighten up his sights here, make sure that he can barrel up the ball.
Two outs and one in scoring position. That's to third. Makes the sliding stop. Fires to first. And that's a great play for the out. One for the Nationals on this RBI double. Back here in L.A., John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Francesco Santos. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Bounce to the right. Random. To first. Barely got him for the out. Close play.
Now batting,
Joey Wendell steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered in this game. In the air out towards right center. Random sizing this one up. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, number 47.
Eric Fraser steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Willie Talley, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And a strike on the outside edge.
0-1's the count.
Two outs. And a foul ball. The 0-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And it falls. And that's going to get into the corner. Coming home. He'll score.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. And another big at bat coming up here. Looking for a way to get that tying run across with 2 outs.
Delgado steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one's in there, and that is strike 1.
With a runner at third, this is who they want at the plate. He's so good at getting a run across in these situations.
And a swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Random. And that's the inning. Run scoring triple here for the Dodgers. It's now a 5-4 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher.
You're out. 3.
So digging in, Reggie Tomlinson. That one misses, and that is ball 1. Just off the outside edge.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Next pitch is outside. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that.
Pitching for Washington.
And we've got ourselves a pitching change.
5.
Joe Brandom.
Ball 4.
First and second, 2 outs. Frazier will hit next. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Well, a good first pitch changeup there. In order to be effective, you've got to really sell it. Good arm speed, and it's got to be down in the zone.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. And it's an RBI single. It's 7-5.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity. Right on top of it.
So 2 on with 2 away. And here is Willie Talley.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Fly ball down the line, and that's a foul ball. And a strike in there. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Joe Brandom up and loosening in the pen. Brandom warming up as well. That's off the mark, and the count is 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
Three.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. And that's in for a strike.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The numbers say their chase rate, or swings at pitches outside the zone, is under 25%. And I think it's a big reason why they're scoring runs.
And a base hit right there. And the leadoff man aboard.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters.
Pitching for the
On to
Nationals.
pitch now for the Nationals.
Number
Joe
4.
Three. You're out. You're out. Ball 4. Take your base.
Dodgers.
And we're back. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Joe Brandom. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Pena sizes this one up, and there's one down. Joe Brandom getting ready to hit.
Number 13.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Down to the last out for the Nationals.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Joe Brandom digging in for the Nationals. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. The Nats down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
A 7-5 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. From Oracle Park in San Francisco, Saturday afternoon action on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the San Francisco Giants. Alongside Chris Singleton. Coming up on the first pitch, and today's starter, David Rodriguez. And singing a special day for him. He's making his major league debut here.
And I'm sure he's got some nerves. He'll be excited for that first pitch to be in and over with so that he can settle in to pitching just like he did in the minor leagues. Exciting moment. He's got his family in town. I think this moment's going to be a huge tone setter for his career.
Line drive, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Next to hit, Joe Brandom. Trying to move him over here. Bare hands it. Tough play. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Batting third, shortstop.
First and second, no outs. Baxter, the next to hit, collected 3 hits in the loss yesterday.
Ball.
Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Nothing happening on the bases, though. Swings and misses. And a count 1-1.
Nope.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Turned on, but foul wide of third.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
And he deals. And a swing and a miss. And that is a big first out. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting the ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
Sack bunt towards third. Bare hand grab over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Batting fifth, left
Now we take a check
number
of the St.
34.
Louis Cardinals lineup. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers, so we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, I think the key, though, and the reason why he gives up those homers is that guys are locking in, they're aggressive, and they have a high confidence level. So I think if that's the approach these hitters take, with the stuff he's got there on the mound, yeah, there's a good chance that there'll be some balls that fly a long way. But you can't get too big in your swing. Otherwise, you'll be really frustrated after this one.
2 on, 2 outs. Now a fly ball to right center. Looks like extra bases. One runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. It's 2-0. Not stopping. He's going for 3.
Well, he had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
So a runner at third, 2 men out. Random digs in now. That's in there. Strike 1. Two outs. Cut on and missed. Good change up right there. And it's 0-2. And this is inside.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That's down and in. A slider missed. Pitch kicks away. Up with it. Fires to first. In there safely.
Just a brutal turn of events for the defense. They get the big strikeout with the runner on third, but not only are they unable to complete the out at first, also some heads-up base running gets a run across. Kind of a tough play to recover from and move on if you're on the mound or behind the dish.
So 2 down, and up next for St. Louis, Joe Random. And that's outside. Random off of first with 2 away. Next offering is in for a strike. Line drive, base hit right field. And that keeps him from advancing past second.
Batting 8, the designated hitter, number 32.
Now it's the DH, Joe Random. 2 for 8 in the series so far. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. Headed for the plate. One run is in. Ball back in quickly. Runner holds at third.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he
fielder,
knew he could
number
handle,
19.
allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Joe Random next up for the Cardinals. Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And now it's even 1-1.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And a big swing and a miss. On its way to the corner. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. That's to third. Random sends it across to first, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. So 9 batters come to the plate. 4 of them score. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Cardinals. We go to the bottom. Run on at first with 1 gone. Stepping in, Will Smith. 2 for 9 so far in the series. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Man at first, 1 away. Check swing called strike. And that is strike 2. And no one can get there. And now 2 aboard.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off.
Top of the second, and here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Joe Random. Just missed. Swing and a miss. And the count even at 1. Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one.
Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff for the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Joe Random next up for the Cardinals. He's 0 for 1. Random, just 19 years old, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he starts in the outfield. That's off the inside corner, and the count is 1-1.
And that really speaks to his athletic ability, being able to move from an infield position to go out into the outfield, and it would suggest he's got a pretty good arm as well.
And down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
This strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The shortstop takes the ball.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Fires to first on the run. Safe at first, and an infield single keeps the inning going.
With 2 outs, you just want to find a way to keep the line moving for the next guy. So an infield single right there does the job. Nicely done, just putting it in play and getting down to first to keep this inning alive. You never know what might come next as a result.
Two outs, runner at first. Joe Random next up for the Cardinals. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 34.
Joe Random next up for the Cardinals. First time around, he tripled home a pair. On the corner for a strike. That one fouled off.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
And look out, as that one ran in and got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. So bases all loaded up. Random now at the plate. Reached on a drop. 3rd strike his first time. Swing and a foul out of play. And that one fouled off.
Hey, it's still early in this ball game, but you know, this at bat right here could be a big factor in the outcome. You think about it, there's a chance to really blow this thing open right here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here at Oracle. So digging in, Joe Random. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Outside with a breaking ball.
You know, these Cards doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at bats out of them. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
So now here's the Cardinals designated hitter, Joe Random. Nice curveball for a strike.
Backdoored him with the breaking ball, just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
On the ground right side, Smith. Throw to first in time.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs. And hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
Random in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And that skips in the dirt. On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw comes in too late, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first. Back to the top of the lineup, Joe Brandon. Next up for the Cardinals, 1 for 2. That one the other way. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So one left for the Cardinals as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Back here in San Francisco. And so up next, Will Smith. And he's already singled in this game. And that one in there at the knees for a strike. 0-1. Random gets his lead at first with nobody out. This one in the dirt. Nothing doing. Count moves to 1-1.
No, that's down.
To the right side. It's in and out of his glove. Throws it away. But a great backup there, and no one will move up.
Now batting, number 1.
First and second, no outs. Random getting ready to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Squares to bunt, but that rolls foul.
Well, these Giants showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
And that bunted towards third. Got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Here's the catcher. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandon. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw. Too late, and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. David Rodriguez departs, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for
Joe
the Giants.
Brandon gets the ball now.
You're out. Three. You're out. Three.
And we're back. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5. Will Smith. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And up next for the Giants, Joe Brandon. 0 for 2 in this one. Gets the bunt down the right side. He steps on the bag, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
No, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner into scoring position.
You're out. 3.
Man at first with one gone. Josh Baxter, the next to hit. 1 for 3. First offering. Runner goes. Swing and a ball hammered left field. And that one's gone into the bleachers. His first homer in the majors, and they're going to have to send somebody to get that ball for him.
Always such a special moment. You know this is one of the biggest thrills of his life. He's got to be floating around the bases right now.
Yeah, he'll remember every detail of that at bat for years, as he should. It's a true once-in-a-lifetime event.
Now, Boog, there's so many times when a young player might wonder if he's ever even going to get to the big leagues and do something like this. Well, he doesn't have to wonder anymore. When you're lacking velocity, it's so critical that you move the ball around, change speeds, even try to trick the hitter at times. But when you give up a home run right there, manager doesn't have a lot of patience because the velocity's not there to overcome and get the swing and miss.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Joe Brandom. And that's in there for strike 1.
That's ball 4. You're out.
So they're all loaded up. Smith will hit next. First
Ball
pitch,
1, no
not
strike.
close. All loaded up here in the bottom of the 6th. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Out towards right center field. Random on his way over. And that's the 3rd out. Giants leave him loaded. Well, this game isn't very close.
First base. 3. Ball 4. Take the base. 3. Ball 4. Take your base.
Will Smith, the next Giant to hit. Top of the zone for a called strike. Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post their fits, right? That's what you say?
Is that what it is?
Fit, your fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck, too.
Yeah, believe it. Scale of 1 to 10, how old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. Swung on, belted. That's back there. And it bangs off the top of the wall. Oh, the throw is over his head. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He comes across to score. The Giants tie it up. Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Joe Brandon. And now the shortstop, Josh Baxter. He's already homered here in this one. That's in there. It's 0-1.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Uh-oh, that got him. And the potential winning run is aboard. Go ahead, run on base. here in San Francisco. Here's the left fielder, Joe Brandon. Just missed.
Count 1-0.
Looking to get the tying run on base. On the ground to third. And that goes foul. Here's a 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
And that one is in the dirt. And the count's even at 2. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Random, the next to hit, takes ball 1. The pick behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
It's a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
To the left side, but it is well foul. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Just outside, and it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
In the air, foul off first. Snags it for the second out.
Now batting, number 36.
So they're down to their final out. Now up for St. Louis, Joe Brandon. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. And that clips the inside corner. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Next pitch is outside. They're down to their final strike. The Cardinals down to their final strike. Hit to right, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Giants hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game.
You know, even when this team was trailing by 6, it seemed like they had confidence that they could get back in this ball game. I don't know if they knew they could win it in this fashion, but they did an excellent job of executing in the little ways. They grinded it out and came away with a nice W.